Sometimes the kindest hearts belong to those with nothing to give but courage. Sometimes the most powerful souls are the ones quietly breaking inside. This is a story where silence spoke louder than wealth, and kindness changed two lives forever. The hotel stood on a quiet street just outside downtown Chicago, a place most people passed without noticing. Inside the dining hall, soft yellow lights reflected off polished wooden tables, and the air carried the smell of coffee and warm bread. Her name was Lily, a 22-year-old waitress with tired eyes and a gentle smile, who worked double shifts to keep her small life together. Lily had learned to read people, not from books, but from faces, hands, and silence. That evening, she noticed the woman as soon as she entered. Tall, elegant, silver-haired, dressed in expensive clothes, yet walking as if the floor beneath her might give way. The woman chose a corner table away from the center. Everyone else. She did not look at the menu. She did not touch her phone. She simply sat there, staring at nothing. Lily approached with her usual warmth and placed a glass of water on the table. The woman's hand trembled as she reached for it. Up close, Lily could see it now, eyes swollen from crying, lips pressed together, as if holding back something heavy. "My name is Lily," she said softly. "If you need anything at all, just let me know." The woman nodded without speaking. Her voice seemed lost somewhere deep inside her. Minutes passed, then more. The food arrived untouched. Other customers laughed, talked, lived their normal lives. But at that corner table, time felt frozen. Lily checked on her again and again, pretending to adjust the napkins or refill the water. Each time the woman looked like she wanted to speak, but could not. Finally, as Lily turned to leave, the woman whispered, "Like no one sees you." Lily stopped. She slowly turned back and met the woman's eyes. For a moment they were no longer a rich stranger and a young waitress. They were just two human beings standing at the edge of something unseen. "I see you," Lily said quietly. The woman's eyes filled with tears, and in that moment something inside the room changed. The woman finally spoke after a long silence. Her voice was low, controlled, yet fragile, like glass stretched too thin. "My name is Eleanor," she said. "Most people know me as someone strong, someone important." Lily listened without interrupting. She pulled a chair and sat across from her, something she had never done before. But this moment felt bigger than rules. Eleanor took a deep breath. "For 40 years I built a life everyone admired. Success, respect, money. But tonight, none of that matters." Her fingers tightened around the glass. "I lost my only daughter this morning." The words fell between them like shattered glass. Lily felt her chest tighten. She did not know what to say. So she did the only thing she could. She reached across the table and gently placed her hand over Eleanor's trembling fingers. Eleanor continued. "We had not spoken in years. I chose my work over her again and again. I told myself I was providing, but all she ever wanted was me." Her voice broke. "She called me last night. I did not answer." Tears finally escaped her eyes, running freely down her face. Lily felt her own vision blur. "I drove here without knowing why," Eleanor whispered. "I just needed to sit somewhere I was not known, somewhere I could disappear." Lily squeezed her hand. "Sometimes disappearing is the first step to being found," she said. Eleanor looked at her surprised. "You speak like someone who has lost a lot." Lily smiled sadly. "My parents died when I was 16. I learned early that grief does not leave. It just learns to live inside you." The restaurant around them faded into the background. There was only the table, the silence, and two souls sharing pain. Eleanor reached into her purse and pulled out a folded photograph. It showed a young woman laughing, sunlight caught in her hair. Lily felt tears fall onto the table. "She was beautiful," Lily said, She was kind, Eleanor replied. She forgave everyone except me. The weight of regret hung heavy in the air. Lily stood up suddenly. "Wait here," she said. She walked into the kitchen, ignoring confused looks. A few minutes later she returned holding a small plate. On it sat a simple slice of apple pie. "My mother used to say, 'Grief needs sweetness too,'" Lily said, "even if it tastes like nothing at first." Eleanor stared at the plate, then at Lily. "No one has spoken to me like this in years." They sat together long after the other customers left. The lights dimmed. Chairs were stacked. But Lily stayed. When Eleanor finally stood to leave, she looked smaller, less guarded. "Thank you," she said. "Not for the food, for seeing me." As Eleanor reached the door, she turned back. "Tomorrow," she said, "come to this address." She placed a card on the table. Lily glanced at it and froze. The name on the card was one she had seen on buildings, hospitals, scholarships. Eleanor Blackwell, one of the most powerful philanthropists in the state. Lily looked up, shocked. Eleanor smiled softly. Kindness should never go unnoticed, especially when it comes from someone who gives without expecting. The next morning, Lily arrived at the address, unsure, nervous. What she found changed her life. But that is a story for another day. That night, in a quiet hotel, a young waitress became a star of kindness, and a broken mother found a small piece of peace.